They don't want any intruders or any type of disturbances. They just want to be left alone on their land. Look at this, y'all.
Child, the white folks in Arkansas making their own community like we supposed to be mad.
Blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture effectively was saying, this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone in.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labor, the women take care of the children who live here full time. It could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society.
Girl, Mary Ruth talking about they got their own community. Mary Ruth. When we built our own, y'all burnt it down. How quickly we forget. Child, you know what? I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Let them stay where they want to stay. We don't care. Let them stay. Let them do what they want to do. Let them seclude themselves to each other. We do not care. Just don't interrupt us. We good. At this point, we good. Because my question is, are they going to be able to produce jobs within the community so those like-minded people can work, earn their living within that same community? Don't come out here and work with the general population. We don't want you. We see where you at now. Thank you for putting up a beware sign. We won't drive through your area, but don't come working over here. Because y'all want to be to yourself, get y'all money on y'all own too. Oh, they can keep their little community. They can keep it. Ooh, the things that's running through my head right now, I'm not even going to say. Not even going to say. But I am going to let y'all say it in the comments. Reaction committee, what y'all think about this? I'm going to talk to y'all later.
Well, I'm tripping. So, did y'all hear that? It's called, their community is called Return to the Land, where they don't want any blacks, any Jewish, or any gays. They don't want anyone coming to disturb their land. They just want to have whites only. And the men go out. They do all the labor work around the lands. And the women, they're raising the children. And this is how they want their way of life to be. Okay? But really, land. I mean, we would never even dare to think about ever going to disturb any of your land. I mean, if you simply just go back to it. Because the truth is, you're not on your land. You're on ours. I mean, we didn't just all come over uninvited and start building up on stolen land. And then now trying to play victim to it. Like we just want to be left alone. Really? I mean, the disturbance didn't start with us. Okay? It started with people that just wanted to just come and just, take what wasn't theirs. And still doing it. And then he said that the land was a small settlement and it's a private members only. Didn't we used to have small settlements and private members only land? But if we want to talk about creating boundaries, how about, once we all get all of our land back, you feel me? Then we can, create some of those, walls for real. But it seems to me that every single time we try to even move over to decide on our own land, and try to start minding our own business and just deal with our own things. Next thing you know, we have surveillance all around us. Next thing you know, they got drones flying all over top of us. Next thing you know, they want to hear everything we talking about. Oh, they got to see how many times we breathing in a day. Like, really? If it's that easy and that simple, I say we can separate, and some can go this way and some can go that way. And let's see, us start minding our own business. Then they got it on the news too. Arkansas's news. How can they tell us where we can't live? It's a lot of raw land out here. So what makes all of the raw land anyone else's but ours? So it seems to me that maybe we all need to start, going up and down these highways and byways in woods and forests and in hills and mountains, and just start camping out on all the land that we want to start building on. Move away from all of these places where they have us paying all these bills that we're not supposed to be paying on our own land. And let's just start going to build up on places where no one else is living at right now. I mean, since it's all fine and dandy that, we're all going out here in raw land and just starting to build.
This is a follow-up video to the one which I did about the Missouri white settlers, right? Or rather, the Missouri whites who have created a town whereby it's a white-only town, right? This basically means that any other race, any other people other than white are not welcomed. But this one translates to black people are not allowed as well. So, after all this happened, black people reacted, and they reacted negatively with regards to the speculations, and the truth has been confirmed that indeed there is a town which is white only in Missouri, Ozark, and black people have given, I kind of think, a mature answer, because we thought that black people would get mad, angry, that why are you creating this and that? No, black people are saying, okay, well and good. You decide to separate yourself from us, well and good. Actually, this can be so much helpful than you thought. You see? So it's a different opinion from what we thought it would be. Many thought that blacks would be angry. By blacks I mean black Americans, but they ain't. However, one thing I have to tell you is that we have a mixed reaction with these black people, right? Some black people are saying it is against the foundational American beliefs, and some people are saying, well and good, let it be. So there's a mixed reaction, but majority is a negative reaction. So I want us to dive in, listen to what they have to say. I shall get back by the end of the video, where we shall also have a deep critical analysis. Let's dive in.
I swear to God, nobody works harder than losers trying to get your attention. So in case you are not aware, there is a community of Mayo marauders up there in Arkansas, by the Ozarks to be specific, who are building a whites-only community. And when I say white, I mean white, like Yayo in the summertime in the 80s back in Miami. They not playing no game. No blacks, no minorities, no alphabet gang, no nothing. Now their reasoning for doing this is simple, at least to them. They want to preserve their culture. They want to know who their neighbors are and feel a more intimate sense of community. That isn't possible in the real world. They want peace that apparently niggas won't let them have, right? So all 14 of them literally packed up, bought some land in the mountains of Arkansas and are building these houses from scratch. Now I know what you're thinking, FX, you got to be tight about this. This is segregation, ain't it? And you would be right. But I gotta be honest, man. Despite the racist undertone, despite how proud this probably make Jim Crow and all the motherfuckers like him, I know Jim Crow wasn't a real person. I'm just trying to be funny. I am here to tell you right now with my whole chest, I don't give a fuck. And there are several reasons why I don't give a fuck. Number one, this ain't legal. This is gonna get challenged in court somewhere and all their hard work will go down the drain along with all their fucking money. So good for them. And two, you couldn't pay niggas to want to live in the mountains of Arkansas. Y'all got to be fucking kidding. Don't nobody want to be up there with y'all? Oh, we're building a whites only community and you're not allowed. I wasn't coming, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you think this is? I'm a city boy. And the funniest thing is that they could have done this in silence. They didn't have to tell a soul. But they went through the trouble of building this whole community just for them. And then announcing it to the world, right? One, because they probably want to attract more like-minded people, which fair, I guess. And two, they want to own the libs. That's all they want. That's what these people get off on. They think that by announcing, oh, this is a whites-only community, it's going to get us all up in arms. Niggas don't care. Don't nobody want to live in Arkansas, bro. Immigrants ain't trying to live in Arkansas. My boy, they going to be in the East Coast, West Coast, down South. Leave that Midwest for y'all. That's all you right there, play. Alphabet gang don't want to live in this. I promise you they don't. They too fly for all that. They got way too much energy. I would bring them down. So in conclusion, because this video is getting kind of long, y'all keep doing y'all. And we will continue to not give a fuck.
So a bunch of whitey people decided to create a community only for white people. And my very first thought was, what a fucking brilliant idea. And quite frankly, why are there not more people doing this? Because think about it. Literally all the racists in one place. Somewhere we can all avoid. That sounds like a fucking win-win to me. Now, of course, I have questions. Does this mean that they only stay in that particular community? They don't travel anywhere else? Because honestly, if they're traveling, then what's the fucking point? If they're traveling out of that community, what's the fucking point? Or is the intention to make it completely self-reliant and then so that they don't actually have to move out of the area at all? Because that's the thing. They all need to stay where they are. They can go to each other's houses if they want a good time. I mean, as for seasoning, we know that's never going to fucking happen, but that's okay. They're amongst friends. It really doesn't matter. Salt and pepper will be just fine. They don't need any of the fucking spices. Jesus. So the group itself is, they're called Return to the Land, which the fucking irony of these fucking interlopers. But anyway, that's by the by. And they are in the Ozark Hills. So the community is going to be kind of there somewhere, I guess. But I think it's a genius idea. I think more racist whitey people should do the same. And I think they should stay exactly where they were. Do not travel. Do not go anywhere. Just mingle with each other. I mean, we know what happens when that happens. I fully expect the domestic violence stats to go massively up because at the end of the day, they will have literally nobody else to pick on other than themselves. And once that happens, they will look to their kids and they will look to their wives. It is what it is. I'm fully expecting the domestic violence stats to go way up. Way up. And I'll be keeping an eye on that. But anyway, I think it's a win-win. I think it's a great idea. And I think more people should move there.
Lands in Arkansas has a community, RTTL, Return to the Land. It's a white-only community. Private members only. You cannot be black. You cannot be Jew. You cannot be Hispanic. You cannot be gay. Y'all, they're getting everything that they wanted. And they base it off of your ancestry. You have to have a certain percent of European in your blood. If you don't have it in your DNA, then you are not allowed. Honestly, they should make this a thing. Honestly, they said they are trying to make a safer community. You're making it safer for us. You making it safer for the world, because these are the same people that we have to be around every day, okay? They will literally smile in your face and have that same thought. They really don't like you. They don't care for you. They wish you was not here, okay? And these are the business owners, the restaurant owners that tell you this is why we don't like black people. So yes, let's make a white-only community a thing. Y'all need to be around each other, okay, with that same mind. It's a very dangerous mindset. Keep those dangerous people in a community, okay? They said they have about 150 acres. That's a lot, all right? So if you have that same mindset, then that's where you need to be at. RTTL, Return to the Land. No, it sounds like Land of the Dead, if you ask me.
Well, Grand Rising, Arkansas, Auntie understands that y'all want y'all a white-only village. Ain't that's all everywhere? I'm just asking for myself and my 7 other members inside my brain, because we all sat down and collectively remembered that is fine by us. We've been trying to build black-only towns for a long time. Ain't America is white-only? I swear I could have thought that y'all own everything. Let me tell you something. We don't care. If y'all want to be segregated, that is fine by us. That is so fine by us. All we're saying is that in your segregation, keep your thoughts, feelings, and your opinions to yourself. I could tell you right now, it's going to be a lot of delusional people in this town, because they're going to be eating food with mayonnaise and raisins. And I think of all the other crazy stuff y'all can do to food. I mean, it's perfectly fine by the black community. We don't care. Just make sure that if you do decide to take the sheets off your beds and or windows, you stay in that town with your BS. Because that town would magically disappear if you should come outside of it with any type of rhetoric that does not suit the masses. So yeah, go on, head on and do it. Black people are totally fine with it. We could care less. Can we build our own town? Can I ask you something? Hey, I got a question. Can we build our own town? Can we build our own civilization where you're not allowed, where you can't come, and you can't destroy it or burn it down? Just asking for the other 7 members in my brain who actively want to know this, because we've been on a coalition to build a black-only town. You have a great rest of your morning.
They're building a whites-only town in the Ozarks. They're building a whites-only town in the Ozarks. America has devolved to the point where now there is a publicly known whites-only town being built. And it's just like, everyone's just okay with it. The craziest part to me is that it's being very publicly promoted as a whites-only town. I think the project's called Return to the Land or something like that. Segregation is back in effect in 2025. What do you guys think about that? Like, segregation is back in 2025. And y'all said Trump wasn't going to bring back segregation. He wasn't going to make America more racist. He's not racist. This wasn't happening under any other president. Well, last I remember, when they were white-only and black-only towns, the black-only towns were so successful that you guys had to burn them to the ground. Good luck doing that this time. Because now that they built a whites-only town, I don't see what's stopping us from making a black-only town. You feel? Only blacks allowed. Our track record shows that we'll be way more successful.
Every time I scroll on this TikTok, I see a post talking about this whites-only community in Arkansas or something like that. And here's my thing. What does black people, brown, what do we need from the white community? Like, what do we really need from the white community? Like, what you need on a daily basis, that if the white community or the white does not exist, it's gonna be bad. Like, it's gonna, you know what I mean, be hell for you. I'll wait. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Black people, brown people, music, culture, food, seasoning, that's included with the food, style. Okay, so when you want to build your little whites-only community, who is that bothering? Like, I don't think the black people care. We don't care. Leave us alone. We don't care. Go in your little white community. We don't have time. It's yours, talk us, mind our business, look at us, every second of the day, if you see us, you know what I mean, you want to see what we are doing. We don't care what you guys doing. Name one black person that sits on a park bench and see a white person passing and actually turn their head to watch them, like you're concerned or you want to know what they're doing. Not one person. But let it be a white person sitting on a bench and a black person passing, they're going to turn their head a whole 360 because they're so concerned of what we are doing. Like, build your community and you all go there. Nobody cares.
So the whites only town in Arkansas, I really hope that they are following through with it 100%. They're not moving the trailers to different spots and however many acres of land they got. They're not doing that. They're just inside staring at a wall, staring at a white wall. In fact, I hope they have color swatches up, making sure they're like, this wall, I think it's too egg cream. We got to make this shit wider. Are you actually just like, you're not really about it? If you sitting up still watching football while you in this town, you not about that life. Just too much everybody that you don't like is in baseball. You already wasn't watching soccer. Do I need to even mention basketball? And speaking of watch, you can't watch any shows pretty much. There might be like 7 shows I think you could watch that would fit the criteria. But everything else, it's too many brown people on the screen, and then there's too many brown and queer people behind the screen. Who's doing all this stuff in Hollywood? It's the gays, the queers, the studs, the lesbians. Who's setting up the lights? Who's dressing the actors? Who's putting the makeup on the act? All this stuff. You can't do it. White, straight, Christian, Protestant Christian. We're going back. We're going back. They would not vote for JFK because he's Catholic. Where is Catholicism? Like, where's the Synod? The Vatican? Where's that? So no spaghetti, no lasagna, no meatballs, nuh-uh. All right, let's just a lot of corn flake casserole. That's it. And even then, I don't know.
Everybody been sending me this thing and they're saying like, John, what about the whites only town? That proves racism is real. I put my application in. That town's gonna have 0 crime. No EBT movie events. That place sounds like fucking heaven in Arkansas, of all places.
Tell me something, John. What does whites only town mean to you? You see, to me, it means your black ass ain't invited. Now, if you should just so happen to get an invitation for a picnic, then best believe your ass is on the menu. Fucking idiot.
I want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to the white people in Arkansas. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank y'all so much for making this white town. I want to thank you. Because black people are coming to fuck back with Black Wall Street ASAP. I'm making a GoFundMe. We're going to get black towns all over America. Y'all done lit the fire to our asses too. Rent is too damn high. We might as well, black people might as well put out $1.3 trillion together and just buy this bitch up and do the same shit y'all did. Facts. Y'all can have Arkansas. We'll find another state. But I am proud of you. I want to thank y'all for turning this shit back up because the rent is high, the groceries is high. I feel y'all. Y'all white people, I fucking feel y'all. If y'all want spices or anything from us, we'll greatly sell it to you. But thank you. I want to greatly, I'm not hating at all. I'm going to do the same shit. I'm going to do the same shit. Black Wall Street is coming the fuck back. We going to have it all. We going to have, the Bluff is coming back. The Inkwell is coming back. Martha's Vineyard is coming back, okay? We're bringing it all back. All my black people, be on the lookout for that GoFundMe. If you ready to move to our all-black town, and Blizz is going to be the mayor. You know I ain't playing that motherfucking shit in my town. Blizz will be the mayor. And I'm going to run this shit. We're going to buy up land in a certain area. All my TikTok followers, all my people say they want to follow me. They want me to be political. What? Let's buy a town and I run that bitch. There's plenty of space out in America. We just got to find a spot and buy the acres. Let's do it. I need farmers. I need engineers. I need construction workers. And I know I have a lot of them in the black community. Let's build this bitch up. Let's build this bitch up. And all my Amish people, Because I fuck with the Amish. My Amish people, we coming. We coming to get that butter and all them good products. Because we only copping from y'all too. Shout out to my white people in Arkansas. Y'all, great fucking idea in 2025. Bring this bitch back.
It feels like the people in power want to be glorified slave owners. Like, I think at this point, being a slave owner, that just must be a genetic thing. Because how much do they want to control people? Like, how much control do they want to have over the everyday person? So, like, oh, you have to go work. And if you don't work, then you're going to be homeless. If you're homeless, then we might put you in jail, so you have to work for us anyway. You're going to make us money either way. We're going to do what we want to do. Oh, and by the way, you're not allowed to, make decisions about pregnancy, about bringing a child into this world. No, that's done by the government at this point. Yeah. No abortion for you. No. It's like, y'all just want to be glorified slave owners. You want to own people. You want to own people and have them do work for you and then birth more slaves for you and your system in order to make you more money. That literally is just a glorified slave owner. So what are we doing here?
So yesterday I made a video talking about the white farmers and how they were crashing out all over social media because they voted for Shitty Bridges and thought he was going to give them back slaves. And also because of that, they lost 100% of their workforce due to the ICE raids. I want to come on here today and I want to give some love to black farmers who I don't think get enough, right? I can appreciate that they are not on the internet spazzing out and crashing out. You want to know why? It's because whatever is going on in the current climate when it comes to farming, they're not new to this because they have faced adversity, not being given what they need in order to be successful, unlike their white counterparts, right? Because they have been spoon-fed everything they've needed in order for them to be successful. And now that that privilege and entitlement is gone because of who they voted for, they're on the internet trying to garner some favor and some sympathy. Meanwhile, black farmers, chilling. They cool as cucumbers because guess why? They know how to handle themselves and their farms during times of crisis. I guess favor ain't fair after all, huh?
If you're paying attention to agriculture in the news cycle, you might have noticed the efforts to expand the H-2A seasonal foreign guest worker program, or even make it easier to access a program for non-seasonal work. What you might not realize is the chilling effect this would have on American farm workers. Republicans and even some Democrats are talking about freezing, cutting, and even possibly discontinuing the federal adverse effect wage rate. Now, the AEWR is a yearly survey of wages by each area that determines the next year's minimum amount of pay for H-2A workers in that specific place. Protection makes sure that H-2A workers are not undercutting American farm workers' wages. If you seem confused, don't worry. It's actually really simple. The AEWR might seem complicated at first, but it's actually very simple and extremely important for American farm workers. Why is it so important for us to fight this, you may ask? Well, because if growers and their political cronies get their way, not only would the H-2A workers' wages be frozen, but their lower salaries could be an unfair competition for domestic workers. Now, this would affect all farm workers' wages. It would be just wrong for Congress to give growers another corporate subsidy that decreases wages even lower for farm workers who harvest the food we see on our shelves every single day and risk their lives harvesting the food we need. Importing more vulnerable workers, getting rid of the protections that keep them safe, and at the same time lowering American workers' wages and job security is not the right thing to do. Now more than ever, it is crucial for you to vocalize your opinion, so make sure to say no to these provisions which will harm farm workers in the U.S.
So you wanted proof that the immigration policy would be affecting everyone? Look at your grocery bill next month and the next coming months. ICE ramped up raids in places like Ventura County and parts of the Central Valley fields in California. They went through fields, they went through houses, you name it, grabbing people up. Now, farmers are seeing up to 70% of their workers not showing up to work, left by fear of being arrested. And that means fruits, vegetables are going unharvested, which means they're going to go bad in the fields. A 1/6 generation farmer put it like this: if 70% of your labor force vanishes, so does your crop. And most local workers don't want to pick these plants. And it's a real worry. Cropland is worth nearly $60 billion, and that could be at risk of going into bankruptcy, being sold off to the next bidder, and that bidder may not be an American company. That could be a problem. Workers themselves are scared. One said, if I show up to work, I don't know if I'll ever come home to see my family again. The bottom line is, this isn't just hurting farms. It could raise food prices and disrupt supply chains nationwide. Be sure to follow along as I continue to provide updates, and let me know your thoughts below in the comments.
I'm trying to figure this shit out with the farmers and the truckers. Maybe y'all can help me. I get it that y'all like Donald Trump, because you voted for him, especially the farmers, seeing as though y'all voted for him twice. Y'all didn't learn shit the first time around. And the truckers support him. Understood. But how does that help you and your business and your family succeed in life? That's kind of like voting against your own interests. As your shit rots in the silos in terms of the soybean, as the ships get turned around from China and other countries, and the ones that are coming are only halfway full, and the truckers can't get a load because there ain't shit on the docks to pick the fuck up. How does voting for Trump help you? Because you're getting a subsidy check? I'm talking about you farmers. And because the truckers have to continue to struggle? Is that what makes America great? Is that how you think that you have the luxury of continuing to separate yourself from the American people when you are the American people? And all of this shit is connected. We all need to band together to sit up here and get people in office that are going to support our interests. Us, the people, not the oligarchs, not the rich, not Donald Trump.
And the reason why that whites only community that they have in Arkansas and it's now going to Missouri does not surprise me, because I know about sundown towns. Yeah, they do exist. I just seen a video of a lady talking about the state of Oregon, and she just realized it's a sundown state. Not a town, but a state. Less than 2% of its population are black people. So yeah. Now the rules and laws of these whites only cities or towns that they're building is that all of the women have to stay home and take care of the children in the community collectively while the men go to work. This is probably going to open the door for some weird ass shit. I promise you. I'm almost positive that they're going to have their own little rules. They're going to be marrying off girls at young ages or whatever with girls at young ages. They're going to push younger girls to be fruitful and whatnot because they don't want them to go to school. They probably won't be going to public school. They probably will have them homeschooled just so they could keep their traditional lives. And now I just wish the sundown towns would announce themselves as well. Just say it. Just admit that you're a sundown town, because it's not all right when a black person is traveling or a person of color is traveling in the wee hours of the morning or the night trying to get from point A to point Z, but they have to travel through point B, C, D, and E, but they never get there because they're at a sundown town. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really couldn't care less. And I understand the ramifications that because it's going to go to court, if the courts approve this, this could just pop up everywhere. But again, we have sundown towns. They already exist.
I see more white folks worried about that white only town than black folks. Video after video, I'm seeing, oh my God, y'all, they're being a whites only town in Arkansas. Did y'all see they're building that white only town? What are we going to do? Nothing. We're not going to do a damn thing. Baby, Mother Nature will take its course. Black folks ain't worried about that shit, because 9 times out of 10, they don't believe in vaccination. They don't believe in doctors. They barely can cook. The children going to have father uncles. It's going to become a cult. They're going to find a passage in the Bible so one person can become the full leader. And baby, we're going to have Waco all over again. Natural selection will take its course. Let them white folks build their shit. See, the thing is, they're building their stuff out of hate, no matter what they say. When black people built their community, it was for love. It was for protection. It was so we could have something to pass down. White folks have this whole country to pass down. They said they want to preserve their culture. I don't know what kind of culture they preserve. I saw them playing a flute. Hell, even the dog is white. Let them have that shit.
So guys, after clearly listening to the black people share their lamentation here is what I can add, or rather, here is what I gathered. First of all, the brother who said that this thing is going to fail was right, because in the first place, America was built on the foundation of nationalism, right? Togetherness, democracy, and equality. And when you see white people coming up front and they want to, declassify themselves or divide themselves in a certain group, that in itself is an illegal thing. I believe it is an illegal thing in the Constitution, and it won't pass because it is against the Constitution, right? And it's going to be challenged in the court up to the point that nobody will be left supporting such movements, right? It's not like such things have never occurred. It has occurred with the Triple K clan, right? These people, they themselves were even worse than these individuals that is speaking right now, right? And so I am thinking, and I believe that if KKK clan collapsed, or rather it's not like it used to be, I believe and I stand strong to know that this white-only town, or rather white-only community, won't thrive. That's the first thing. The second thing, black people don't give a damn. They don't care. Whether you support it or you refuse, whichever route you take, black people just don't care. You see, it's your life. You chose to have your own white-only community. It's your life, right? And black people have every right to think so. Somehow, someone might think, now we want to create our own group. I think he will feel bad, or they will feel bad. No, nobody is feeling bad here. This is not a child play. This is a community that is being rotten, right? A rotten community that is continuing to rot, and the individuals are passing this ill doctrine to their children, and their children will pass it to their children until it becomes a tradition, right? And so right now I sit back here and I think that it won't go through. This white-only community won't go through, and blacks don't care. That's the most important. We just don't care about whether you agree or you do not agree. What we care about is our own. We care about ourselves, right? Another thing is that being a black person in America, it doesn't really bother us, or rather bother the black Americans, because seclusion has always been there. These people have just come and have just spoken it verbally, but the non-verbal is more echoed. The non-verbal is more hard and intensive than the verbal. Another thing, birds of the same feathers flock together. And right now, these individuals who are creating this community, even though they know what they're doing is illegal, they still go up front and start speaking about it, right? They start speaking about it because they want to recruit like-minded people into the team so that they can grow, expand, and one day, with such a mindset, they might divide a nation. Yes, such a mindset, they might divide a nation. We have many countries in Africa which were divided through these other countries in the rest of the world which were divided through such mindsets, right? So it is important, it is very, very important that you realize the importance of unification, right? Unification is very, very important. People who are trying to create these barriers, people are trying to, bring a lot of issues to, you know, to break down, rather to destroy what was created by the forefathers, are really doing a bad thing to themselves and to the nation in totality. Yeah. So guys, that is my thought. I believe there's more to say. Yeah. And share your thoughts on the comment section. I'd really love to hear what you have to say, and please do that. And see you in the next video. Stay positive, stay loyal. See you in the next one.